Hello everybody and welcome to Masu Pro Wrestling. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestlington. And tonight we're going to see the final two contenders for both the Idol Division winner and losers bracket Fatal 4-Way matches, say that 20 times fast, as well as the Icon Division version. So far, we have TeaTheShiba and Usaino who have made it to the winner's Fatal 4-Way match for the Idol Division. And for the losers bracket, we have MamaInu and ShmeepsWorld. And we're going to start off tonight with B.A. Tycho's good little soldier, Balloonist. They are going to be one of the last people to enter that Fatal 4-Way. The winner of that Fatal 4-Way, the winner's bracket Fatal 4-Way is what we call it. The top two remaining people, the winner of the match and the one that is pinned last, will get that opportunity to be in the championship Fatal 4-Way. The loser's bracket is the winner of that Fatal 4-Way match will be the number one contender to enter that. Those are the three people, and then the champion for the Carnal Chaos Fatal 4-Way. And if I'm Balloonist, I'm not feeling too thrilled to see this behemoth lumbering her way down to the ring. It is ShmeepsWorld. I think this might be ShmeepsWorld's first opportunity at the Idol Division Championship. I mean, she may have been in championship. She may have been in championship number one contenders before, but I don't know if she has really been into anything like this before. This could be ShmeepsWorld's first opportunity at an Idol Division Championship, and could be their first Idol Division Championship. Like, ShmeepsWorld is definitely a contender to take down the longest reigning Idol Division champion, especially in a Fatal 4-Way. But the size of ShmeepsWorld will really put a target on her back. Under the control, if you will, of Empress Morgana, she has become larger and more mechanical. And she is the exact reason why I get to sit up in a booth and I'm not down there with the French-Canadian commentators table. This is going to be an uphill battle for Balloonist, but Balloonist has shown that, like, she is quite crafty. She's able to find her way out of sticky situations. I mean, Balloonist was the last number one contender up and over the top rope. Was the last number one contender for the championship. Was unable to win, but made it all the way. Balloonist, definitely a miscalculation. I'm not quite sure if she thought her wings would start flapping. ShmeepsWorld spending a lot of time on the outside. Oh my god, that was really cool, Balloonist. But unfortunately, a miscalculation like that is going to do some damage. Probably landing back and neck first onto the concrete. I think Balloonist is rethinking their career choices as they pull ShmeepsWorld to the outside, breaking up the count, and now going to get back in the ring. Like I said, that sneaky little side of Balloonist, knocking ShmeepsWorld off her feet. I mean, not many people can do that. Hooks that arm in a suplex. Up and over. I was going to say, is ShmeepsWorld going up top? Forearm. Ripcord forearm with that metal arm of ShmeepsWorld. And now ShmeepsWorld has her claws on Balloonist and is not letting go. You know, Empress Morgana, these two both have probably something to prove, because you know Empress Morgana and B.A. Tycho aren't going to be taking losses lightly. Drop kick. Just swatted away like a gnat. Emerson Morgana might be a little bit more aggressive than B.A. Tycho, but I've definitely heard B.A. Tycho screaming in the back at his stablemates about, you know, justice and all that, and being able to withhold it inside the MPW ring. Sweeps the leg. Big boy, sort of little shitty senton. I don't know how to describe it. Hooks the arm, tries to pull MintyClovers over to the ropes. What is... Or pulls Blueness over to the ropes. MintyClovers showing that athleticism on the tightrope. Just showing off to the folks. I mean, at the end of the day, MintyClovers is some sort of, like, alternate timeline variant clone of ShmeepsWorld or something. And, ShmeepsWorld is a performer. Maybe you can still see a little bit of that in MintyClovers. Uppercut and a double stomp. Kick to the ground. I was thinking maybe another double stomp combination, but doesn't quite go for it. Blueness faking out the mind games. The mind games to MintyClovers. Trying to keep Beeps on their toes. I mean, Blueness has been putting up a strong fight against someone like MintyClovers. Kick at it too. Ooh, Blueness was going for something. Got the knee up from MintyClovers. Sorry, I was holding my breath. I was like, what is happening? I was enraptured. And got hit with a swift knee. Double choke bomb. The Blueness kick back up. Spins MintyClovers around. Forearm strike to the spine. Going for it again. Off the ropes. Inzagiri. Handspring Inzagiri. Blueness using her speed to her advantage. And a right hand. Double stomp, kicks him down. Another leg drop to the arm. 3 count. Blueness does not want to get a count out loss here. Doesn't even want to risk being on the outside with MintyClovers for too long. Was going for a natural one. Completely whiffs it. And they're trying to push maybe her into the corner or up against the ropes. This time gets the elbow reversal. And a diving, leaping DDT. What is Blueness thinking in the corner here? Off the ropes. Blue Moon! Springboard Blue Moon from out of nowhere. 2. Oh! A near fall for Blueness, but the ref sees the hands on the ropes, the robotic hands, the fingies gripping around the ropes. Blueness going for Hurricane Rana. But MintyClovers not letting go! Jackknife! Power bomb! This might be the beginning of the end for Blueness. A snap suplex. Blueness back up on their feet, though. Gets blocked. MintyClovers spinning that arm around, lifting them up. No, Blueness. Oh, no, never mind. Not a reversal. Flips down. Now MintyClovers in prime position. No, maybe not. Clothesline. The hesitation. Over the head punches. Drop. Or double stomp. Oh, that was a critical, or not a critical, a natural one out of nowhere. But again, whiffs it. Just can't quite land that clothesline. MintyClovers back up. Right hand rocks Blueness. Fireman's carry. Blueness is fighting for her dear life. Blueness in the corner. Sets up for maybe a moonsault. Going for it. Doesn't get it. Lands on their feet. Catches ShmeepsWorld as she rolls away. Two! Blueness nearly joining T and Usaino. Going back up top. Blueness might need one more big move. Blue Moon! Pretty close to the ropes, but I think, oh, rope break. You had to pull the ropes, the leg away from the ropes. No. Blueness looking to maybe dive to the outside. No. Just showing off in the ring. Overhead chop. DDT onto the floor. Horns meet concrete. And say, how do you do? ShmeepsWorld is in a dangerous position. I mean, Blueness has hit a lot of big moves on her, but Blueness hasn't been able to get that win. Been able to do everything but pick up the win. Those long legs of ShmeepsWorld finally paying dividends, and when you're on the outside right now, Senton, they could leave Blueness out there for a count-out loss. ShmeepsWorld. Big boot! The bionic big boot. ShmeepsWorld gonna make it back into the ring at 7, so is Blueness. Right before the 8 count. Spins her around. Oh my god, the bionic elbow! No! Blueness! The bionic elbow from ShmeepsWorld. Kick out! Blueness barely holding on the rage inside ShmeepsWorld. ShmeepsWorld urging Blueness to stand up. Blueness on the apron, yet sent right in front of the French Canadian commentators table. Kip up. Blueness gonna roll back to the ring. Gotta keep an eye on ShmeepsWorld though. ShmeepsWorld picking them up on their shoulder, leaving them to dry. Goes for the cover. That might have just been enough. 2. Kick out of 2 though. Blueness not wanting to go home with a loss. In our opening match of the night, might I remind you, super kick to the leg. At a reverse Shining Wizard or something, like a knee strike to the back of the head. I don't think I've ever seen Blueness hit something like that. Blueness sends them face first into the turnbuckle. Sends them out. Calls them over. Bait and switch with the legs up in the corner. Blueness drop kick. Blueness rolled up by ShmeepsWorld. 2 to steal it, no! Kick out of 2! ShmeepsWorld nearly stealing that. The boot to the face, I mean, the exhaustion on Blueness. Blueness kick out of 1. Busting open Blueness under the mask. Don't ask me how I know. Knee strike. That might have been enough to knock out Blueness. Every desperation pin. Kick out of 1 again. Blueness is not saying die. It's going to have to be a little bit more than that, ShmeepsWorld. Saito suplex. ShmeepsWorld is looking to end it. Blueness might be on her last legs. Bionic elbows! To finish it! Blueness is down 1, 2. No, kick out of 2! Blueness holds on. Off the ropes. Moonsault inverted DDT. Barely connects with that. This is all for a shot at the winner's bracket fatal 4-way. Blueness up top. Once in a blue moon. Pull her away from the ropes. Pull her away! Yes! 1, 2, 3! Blueness is going to the winner's bracket! Lunas once again in title contention for the Idol Division Championship. Has a 50% chance to pick up a #1 contender's title shot. As we will move on to the next match. That was only our opening match. It can only get better from here on out as we will move on next. After that match, I don't exactly know how you're going to be able to follow that. But the current, I believe, longest reigning Icon Division champion might just be able to pop it off. Zarataro looking to join the fellow winners in the winners bracket. There's 2 more shots at the winners and losers bracket, and you want to join it. We just saw in the last match what they're willing to do to put their bodies on the line to move forth to get this title opportunity. And I know Zarataro is not only prepared but is willing to put that on the line. A former openweight champion, the former longest reigning Icon Division champion, looking to get that championship back. I mean, the longest reigning and arguably the most dominant champion we saw during his time as champion. Some champions, you know, they get that championship and they only show up for the championship matches. When it comes to picking up wins, I think Zarataro did it pretty heftily in all matches, championship or none. Another David versus Goliath, though I will say that Zarataro is not a small hamster. They are a big, beefy boy, but unfortunately for him, the opponent that he's going to go up against tonight is undoubtedly, absolutely, unmistakably, unquestionably a bear. A bear, the 1/4 of the coalition of humans against treachery. Lunas was able to pick up a win in the match previous to this one. Can a bear do it? A bear was the only member of the coalition to not win the last, not win their way into the finals of the last tournament for the #1 contenders. They got knocked out by Sleepy, both metaphorically and physically. So can a bear pull it out here against the hamster? I guess we're back on the nature channel as we'll see a bear versus a hamster. Zarataro versus a bear. Zarataro is definitely taking people out that are quite bigger than him. So I don't think this is going to be as much of a daunting task for Zarataro as some other people. But of course, we're talking about the bear. A bear that almost won the 30 participant battle royal in their debut match before they were even part of the coalition. They almost went to one more time, or see you next time, as a as the #1 contender for the Icon Division Championship in their debut match. I haven't actually gone back and watched, but I can almost assume that a bear has the most eliminations in MPW history in the Battle Royal. Sending the bear off the turnbuckles in the corner. Zarataro tries to get off the springboard, but Gets caught with the bear behind him. Now getting the legs in the corner and a spinning kick to the head. Zarataro doesn't take too kindly of that. Fighting out of the corner with that DDT. Using his momentum and the bear's body to his advantage. Zarataro expertly going to be targeting the legs of the bear, taking out the center of gravity, and where his strength comes from is definitely partially in his legs. You want to be able to chop the tree at the trunk to get the most amount of wood and the easiest way to do it. 2 count, drop kick to the back of the head. We've only seen 1 double countout in MPW history. We could see one here tonight. Oh my god, bouncing the bear's head right off the barricade. Putting it right in that corner between the concrete and the barricade. Precision that you could only expect from someone like Zarataro. 5 count, they're halfway to the 10. You want to be careful, bicycle kick from the bear. Bear rolls in at 6, Zarataro falls in suit. The bear hyping himself up. Zarataro, oh my god. Spine buster. A crazy spine buster. And goes for the cover. 2 count already. Zarataro going for a little kick, doesn't quite connect. And now getting on the bear's nerves. Wrenching the neck. Now targeting the neck. I mean, like, I don't know if you want to just, I guess, cut off his airflow, but targeting the bear's neck, I think, is just going to piss him off. Ducks under, jumps over. Boo! Liver punch. Takes him down for the double stomp again. Zarataro going to the corner. All the way up top. Ham. Thank you, ma'am. The distance that he had to make to land that. Had to leap at least 5 feet. Probably even more, to be honest. Probably like 8 feet. And that's just 1 too many feet. Yeah! Cannonball over. Crash and burn, landing on his little ham tailbone. Gets sent into the barricade shoulders first. Targeting the joints, the shoulders, the elbows is a smart strategy, because if you can take out the elbow or the shoulder, like, that affects the whole arm. As I say, he's putting pressure on that shoulder. Hooks the arm, goes for the suplex. Stalling suplex. No, Zarataro slips out from under him. Working on the knee. Again, trying to chop the tree. 6. Seven gets back into the ring. Double stomp. Catches him off guard. Kaiju killer! Kaiju killer to the bear. 2. Kick out at 2. Barely. No pun intended. Gets that shoulder up. Sends Zarataro off the ropes. Ducks under. Jumps over. And bumps him. Oh! Leaping knee strike. Leaping lemurs. And now just toying with Zarataro like he's food. Eating people is not allowed in the MPW ring. He will be disqualified if he eats Zarataro. Just a punch to the head, a pause of fury. Ooh. Twisting Zarataro's legs up. I don't think I've ever seen the bear. It's like a figure 4 almost. Like a leg lock. Just working over those legs of Zarataro. And maybe the bear's looking to end it. Bear hug! Oh, bear hug! Zarataro had it reversed immediately. He had it scouted for a second time. Zarataro, Kaiju, killer. He's really close to the ropes, though. He might have rolled away. He's got to hook that leg away from the ropes. 1, 2, 3, and Zarataro. I mean, having to face someone with long legs is able to pick up the win. Zarataro barely. I mean, I don't want to say barely, but I mean, maybe I will say barely, because it sounds funny now that I'm saying it. Barely making it through. But Zarataro will be joining Sleepy and Unchained in the winner's bracket, as the Bear is going to join Potato and Angel in the loser's bracket. Zarataro feeding the loser's bracket a hefty meal of bear jerky. And MPW, the sky's the limits, and anybody can achieve anything, including a hamster. Let's move on to the next match of the night. Alright, it is time for a little bit of a bonus match tonight. On top of figuring out the #1 contenders going into each match, we are doing the open weight championship match. Who is randomly selected to challenge Usaino for their open weight championship. And that's none other than a former open weight champion in her own right, the Holder. Don't let it fool you. She's been hiding it in the back. Do not let it fool you. The holder of the golden opportunity for the Idol division, GlitchyBasturds. Looking for a second openweight championship. I mean, if you can win this openweight championship, we were talking about Usaino. Usaino's already gotten to the winner's bracket of the Idol division. If Usaino can defend here, you know, defend at the Premium Live event and then win the championship, they could become the first ever dual champion. But with Glitchy here, if Glitchy wins the Idol division or the openweight championship, she can cash in on the Idol division championship at any time, giving her an ultimate opportunity to become the Idol division champion. So she could easily sort of upset that and become the first ever dual champion. I don't know if Usaino is going to allow Glitchy to get this championship from around their neck. This is Usaino's first championship title. Actually, I don't know if this is Usaino's first championship title defense. I think Usaino might have defended the championship previously. Oh yeah, they defended against Angel at As Good as Gold. I completely forgot about that. I forgot they didn't win it at a Premium Live event. They won it during an episode like this. Oh, okay. Right. I actually love it when I remind myself what the fuck is going on. But Usaino this is Usaino's second title defense of their first ever championship. This is why we write things down, folks. And they're going up against someone they have a little bit of history with, but it almost seems like their personalities and their what motivates them has swapped. We start out with Glitchy being sort of this queen of darkness, evil type lady. She's still scary, trust me. You don't want to get on the wrong side of Glitchy, but less of a actual monster human. And now Usaino, MPW's own Bunny Bean, went from this cute, wholesome bunny to this gore bunny that has been a lot more aggressive, a lot more ruthless in their matches. And Usaino's not getting any time off. So we're going to see if this affects them in their #1 contender Fatal 4-Way match, but Usaino's not getting any days off. They're going to have to, they wrestled last week, they're going to have to wrestle this week, and they're going to have to wrestle next week. So that's either going to keep the ring rust shaken off, or that's going to wear them down, that's going to burn them out. But if Usaino can defend the championship here, they're one step closer to becoming a dual champion. Went from never holding a championship to potentially holding 2 in the span of a couple months. This could be one of the most important openweight championship matches for Usaino. I mean, we saw Usaino have some pretty aggressive matches as the openweight champion. Going up against Glitchy, though, could be a completely different story because Glitchy is a behemoth the size difference. Another David versus Goliath match tonight. Can Usaino pick up the win, pull it off, and retain the championship for a second time? If I remember correctly, but I will check the notes, 3 is the magic number when it comes to defending the openweight championship. It has been defended a maximum of 3 times by 3 different competitors. If Usaino could defend it 2 more times, they will tie for the longest reigning. They might. I don't know if they will be exactly. I have to check the numbers, but they'll probably be tied for the longest reigning openweight championship. At least tied for the most offenses. Straight out the gate. Usaino a little bit too short for that clothesline. Glitchy misses, but quickly reestablishes their position. Of course, if you guys don't know what an openweight championship match is, it is a falls count anywhere, anything goes match, meaning that weapons are legal, pinfalls and submissions outside of the ring are completely legal. You can basically do whatever you like. And if the ref starts counting, I will cry. Sometimes the ref doesn't get the memo when it's an openweight championship match. It happened like once or twice, maybe, and it scarred me for life. Squeezing Usaino's head like a zit. Trying to pop it is Glitchy. And like I said, Glitchy's visually may have changed, but physically and mentally, when she gets into this ring, she is just as dangerous as she was before. And as I said earlier, pinfalls and submissions can count on the outside of the ring. Usaino gets rolled up for a 1 count by Glitchy. The only other bright side to Usaino potentially losing the championship here is that they don't have anything clouding their judgment going into the next match, going into the Icon Division championship matches. But of course, nobody wants to lose a championship. Nobody goes out wanting to lose. It might just be a tactical retreat choke toss. Glitchy just throwing Usaino like a rag doll. Usually we've seen sort of the other way around in Usaino's championship matches. But it looks like Glitchy is getting the drop on him. Uppercuts and chops. Working the inside leg. Actually, that's not even an inside leg kick. I'm completely delusional. I'm pretty sure. Throwing them to the south of the French-Canadian commentators table. Usaino back up with that over-the-top forearm. Goes for something. Or over-the-top punch. Goes for something. Gets caught with a clothesline. Usaino needs to find some steam. It seems like it's been Glitchy straight out the gate. Float over DDT onto the floor. And like I say that, Usaino bounces Glitchy's head off the concrete. Kick out at 1, though. It's way too early to call it. Usaino is a great competitor on the outside of the ring, but it almost seems like the inside of the ring is where they want to be, because a lot of their big moves, like the bunny stomp and the bunny hop and Pele kick, is something really done in the ring with the turnbuckles around. They want that, but they do have down the rabbit hole that could be devastating on the outside of the ring. If they can lift Glitchy up, though. Usaino wrapping Glitchy's legs around, pulling them back for a submission hold like a lion's tamer a little bit. At that knee on the back. Pushes Usaino into the ring post. Spins Usaino around. Sidewalk slam onto the concrete back first. I think we've seen Glitchy win with that. Chops and uppercuts galore. And a suplex, stalling suplex onto the floor. Usaino's got to think of something big. Glitchy might just take the championship. Into the ring post again. Head first this time. Sano's back up. Sling Blade. Takes Glitchy down. Pins her right in front of the French-Canadian commentator's table. Kick out of 2. Knee strike to the temple. Ran the foot across the neck and then dropped the knee again, busting Glitchy open. Usano might be in control here. Commentator's curse, though I say that. Glitchy back up. It is a very dangerous position for you to be in, with Glitchy just fully ready. Kendo stick in hand. Ooh, knocks that kendo stick out of their hand. Sling Blade rolls through and a drop kick again. Usano, ooh, as I say that, Usano going up to the top, or as I said before, Buddy Stomp. Usano benefits from being in the ring, and Glitchy brought them home. 2-3 count. Glitchy brought Usano home into the ring for the bunny hop, or the bunny stomp. And Usano retains the Openweight Championship for the 2nd time in their career. One step closer to becoming the first ever MPW dual champion. We'll have to see if Usano can be one of the top 2 members of their Fatal 4-Way match next week. And we will have to see who is going to be the last person to join them, which will be the main event of tonight. We'll see the last member of the Icon Division Fatal 4-Ways next. All right, it is time for the semi-main event of the evening, and I'm on my game today as Greg is going to be the first entrant of this match. The silence is deafening as the Greg Nation cheers Greg's name, nearly winning the Icon Division Championship. He was the previous #1 contender, nearly getting that Icon Division Championship, just mistimed a spear, accidentally hitting the ref, and that just went downhill for him. Can Greg pull it up and come out on top again in this Fatal 4-Way? I mean, truly an unorthodox, unexpected person, a very creepy man who I don't like being alone with. And I don't like how he crawls on his fists like a gorilla snake or something. He doesn't use his... It's creepy to me. I don't like it. But the Greg Nation seems to love him. Has a little bit of a cult following, another member of the Coalition. We saw Greg's friend and tag team partner, a bear, earlier tonight not be able to pick up a win. And not be able to move on, as well as we saw Blueness pick up her win in the first match. And we will see the last member of the Coalition making his entrance here tonight. I said this last week when it was Angel versus Unchained, that the boss upstairs have a twisted sense of humor. And it seems like the joke continues for the Coalition, as maybe a little bit of punishment for going 2-on-1 against Sleepy in the last #1 contenders match. Maybe a little bit of a punishment from the boss upstairs, but B.A. Tycho is going to have to go up against his own. And this could be one of those things where B.A. Tycho just gets a free win, or Greg just gets a free win. But I think these two are definitely, after that last championship match, I think B.A. Tycho wants that #1 contendership. He knows that. He says, if you can't get a job done, you better do it yourself. And he wants to be the first person to bring that Coalition championship home to the Coalition. But of course, Greg's got that chip on the shoulder. He was so close to beating Flair that he wants that opportunity again. We could see another instance where 2 Coalition members are in the... We could see 2 Coalition members in the championship match, which could give them an extreme advantage. B.A. Tycho looks ready, so does Greg, as they're going to walk up slowly. Yeah, it looks like these two are ready to put it all on the line. Suplex from B.A. Tycho. Of course, B.A. Tycho's got to be feeling happy with Blueness making it all the way once again, but Blueness, or not all the way, but close to the way. One more step closer. There's a chance that actually, no, because there's gonna be two coalition members. If the Bear won, there could have been a chance for having 3 out of the 4 members be a coalition member, but the Bear unfortunately did not win his match. Yeah, Tycho sends Greg up and over the top rope. These are going to be the last people to join. The winners or losers. I thought B.A. Tycho was going to go diving. Meets Greg on the outside, pushing him into the up the ramp. Tossing him over, trying to throw him onto that concrete. Could we see a double countout? Suplex. B.A. Tycho. I mean, maybe this is punishment to Greg. I mean, B.A. Tycho was aggressively tossing his coalition member. Could this be a little bit of punishment for losing that championship match? Oh, is that in plain sight? In plain sight from B.A. Tycho. Kick out at 1, though, by Greg. B.A. Tycho hit the swiftest in plain sight. I barely even understood what was happening. Greg has a cult following, but of course, when it comes with a little bit of... When people cheer you on, you know you're going to have your haters, and he definitely has a group of people that don't like him. The Greg is awesome, Greg sucks chants have been heard outside the facility tonight. B.A. Tycho in the corner gets that knee, but Greg gets up. Drop kick. And a belly-to-belly tossing Greg over. Greg back up and over, though. B.A. Tycho is just manhandling Greg. And a bear hug now. You can't pin him on the outside of the ring, but he can squeeze him for as long as he likes until the count of 10, I suppose. 2 count. Ref's trying to tell them to get back in the ring. There's no honor on the outside of the ring. Sending Greg into the barricade. Bicycle kick doesn't knock him down, but sends him into the barricade. Leg lariat. Greg picking up speed. 5. I know B.A. Tycho and Greg would not be opposed to a count-out victory. We've seen it done before, but it's just a matter of fact if you think you win that way. Off the barricade head first. Yeah, Tycho pulls himself over the top rope and takes Greg down. Not quite a spear, but saying that's how you do it. You don't target the ref, you buffoon. Kick out of 2. Yeah, Tycho thought he had it. Maybe he thought he taught Greg enough of a lesson, but Greg says no. Spins him around in plain sight. B.A. Tycho to put away Greg. No, kick out again. B.A. Tycho, I think... little signs of frustration there from his own coalition member. Spins Greg around, or Greg spins B.A. Tycho around. Greg sends B.A. Tycho into the ref. Bumps him. Now standing on the back of the knees. The back of the knees. Greg in the corner or B.A. Tycho in the corner with Greg with that big boot. Greg takes him down again with that arm drag and now mounts him. A flurry of blows. Greg getting his hits in. Kick out at one. B.A. Tycho is not having it. He says, "Get your ass off me." Sends Greg off the ropes. Misses him. He's going to look to scoop him up, I think, but didn't quite have the timing right. Leaves him to dry on the top rope. And now B.A. Tycho's turn to get the full mount. This time hammer fist from him. And now forearms just busting Greg open. B.A. Tycho wants to send Greg to where the bear is. Suplex. Liver shot. Knee strikes. Kicks and punches and chops galore. Greg was thinking of something, decided against it, just has B.A. Tycho against the ropes. Step up like kick. Greg going to the top rope now. What is Greg thinking from all the way up here? Flying forearm. Kick out of one again. B.A. Tycho is not playing these games. B.A. Tycho does not care. Greg eyeing B.A. Tycho up. Spear, no! B.A. Tycho had it scouted with the knee. 1, 2. Kick out of 2. B.A. Tycho said, "You had your chance." That was his... I think he was giving him an out there. An out of this. Oh, but pushing him back with the forearm. Spins him around. Greg! Oh my god, the Gregening! The Gregening! To B.A. Tycho! Oh, Greg nearly taking it right from under his leader. The Gregening nearly putting B.A. Tycho away. Greg is not giving up. Back and forth, the punches. The knee strikes. Into the corner. Knees up. Sort of power bomb, pulling him out of the corner. And now working over Greg's arms. Giving Greg another out, and I think Greg is going to take it this time. B.A. Tycho showing just what it means to lead the coalition. What we saw was not just a battle to get to the winner's bracket of the Fatal 4-Way, but it was a pull for power, a show for strength between the coalition leader, a show of dominance to his team, saying, "Hey, you could come at me for my spot, but you're gonna have to fight me for it." And B.A. Tycho picking up a big win. B.A. Tycho cements himself as the 4th man in Unchained, TheSleepyPengu, and Zarataro's Fatal 4-Way. While Greg cements Angel, Potato, and a Bear's Fatal 4-Way for the losers bracket. Who will join the losers and the winners of the idols? We'll see it next. Alright, it is time for the main event of the evening, for the final member in the Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders matches. Let me remind you what is on the line here. It is an opportunity to join the championship at Carnal Chaos in a week from now on Saturday to be part of the Fatal 4-Way championship match. One of the 3 #1 contenders to do this. The winners go into the winner's bracket of this match. The winners have a chance at 2 shots. It's an elimination Fatal 4-Way match, meaning the last 2 contenders standing, not just the winner, will be in the championship match. So if you're the runner-up, you're still in the championship match. Loser's bracket, only 1 person from the loser's bracket will move on to the championship match. So you want to get in that winner's bracket because it makes it a 1 in a 4 chance of winning to a 2 in a 4 chance, a 1.5 50% chance. And getting into this is very important because this is one of those opportunities that, like the Elimination Chamber, anything can happen. And talking about anything that can happen, Tyranno Maximum is going to start us off this match. Tyranno Maximum had a huge upset victory over TeaTheShiba a couple weeks ago. And I think that must have been what was the driving force from the boss upstairs to invite them into this match, giving them this opportunity. If they lose the match, they will not be out of the running, but if you win, it's a definite bonus. Especially with the people that you have to face in the losers bracket for sure. Being MamaInu, Shmeeps, and MintyClovers. But no matter what happens, today's going to be a good day as MintyClovers will be Tyranno Maximum's opponent. Another opportunity for MintyClovers, the former Idol Division champion. I mean, for people like Ty and Usaino and MamaInu, who have never had this championship, Lunas as well, have never had this championship, it's an opportunity to finally reach that echelon, get your names etched in the history books of MPW. But for someone like MintyClovers, TeaTheShiba, ShmeepsWorld, it is a opportunity to be elevated even higher than your peers as a multi-time champion. Look at that focus in Minty's eyes. We've seen these two go at it before, two high flyers. How will they handle this match? And with Ty coming off of a big win, I would say that Ty's got the momentum going into this. Looks the leg on Minty. Kick out of 2, or kick out of 1, excuse me. Off the ropes clothesline. Springboard clothesline. Ty has been in control so far in the match. The match barely started. I can't say anything too soon, but Ty coming out strong out the gate. Of course, you don't want to gas yourself too quickly, but someone like Ty, oh my god, reverse spine buster. Someone like Ty, I don't think has a limit to the amount of speed they can gain, amount of energy they have. They seem to always just be on the ball. And whether that's a fake it till you make it style thing or actually how it is, you know, it doesn't matter. Scoops! Ty right up. Like cracking a whip. Minty tying Ty up in a submission hold. Ty quickly gets out of it. Minty didn't quite have it locked in hard enough. Drops her on the canvas. Minty's back up onto their feet. Once again, dropping them down. Same position. And going for another splash. This time, Minty gets the knees up. Fucking something happened there. Like it was like they went for a clothesline, but only got their fist. Ty's going to meet Minty on the outside of the ring. And Ty says, maybe Ty's signaling that they're going to wrap it up here. I would say that this would be the most devastating match for them to... Oh my god, Jesus! On the corner of the barricade, powerbomb! This would be the worst match for them to both get counted out in. But I feel like these would be the two to do it. Ty going for the splash again. Minty, back of the head, hitting that could have like pierced her skull. Backbreaker into the clothesline on the back. Minty and Ty staring each other down. 6. Minty's gonna meet Ty on the floor. Chops and kicks. Ty was ready for her. Through the middle ropes, cross body. Minty and a shooting star press. Minty already showing off that athleticism. At what point is it talent, and at what point is it just showing off? Or is it the willingness to put it all on the line? Gets through the middle rope. Sends Ty in the corner clothesline. Hooks the leg. 2 count. Not close enough to get the win. But good to test the waters and see where Ty's at. Pulling Ty away from the ropes. What is Minty looking for? Here, eyeing a position, trying to find the entrance. Goes for a right hand, gets blocked, and Ty reacts with their own. Russian leg sweep. And Ty up top. Ooh, the clap elbow drop. I thought Ty maybe wanted to put Minty in a blender. But maybe needed that. Oh, there it goes. Ty putting Minty in a blender. I mean, Minty doesn't necessarily have the greatest track record of winning, but this would be Ty's second win over a former Idol Division champion in this month alone. Ty nearly taking it from Minty. Ty off the ropes and a drop kick to Minty. Springboard drop kick. Ty going up top again. Could this be enough? Elbow drop this time doesn't connect. Third time is not the charm for going up top. The elbows to the top of the head. Standing shooting star press again. Hooks the leg this time. Minty looking to pick up the win. 2. But I don't think enough damage has been done to Ty. Minty going up top. What is Minty looking for here? On the top rope. Drop kick a little bit too short though. A miscalculation from Minty. And a head kick from Ty. Knocking Minty to the floor. Tyranno in that corner, prepping themselves for the maximum impact. Ty pulls the arm further away from the ropes. 2. Kick out of 2. Ty nearly had it. Planting Minty firmly into the canvas face first. Over the top. No! Crashing and burning. Standing shooting star press. Minty is loving that. What is Minty looking for on the outside? Oh, whatever it was blocked by Ty. Sending Minty into the barricade up the ramp. Big splash. Minty blocks it. Clothesline. Nearly taking Ty's head off. And a cross arm breaker. I mean, you can't tap Ty out here. 6, and they gotta figure out how to get back into the ring. They're gonna both get counted out. 7. Ty sends Minty in first. Ty coming in at the 8, or right before the 8. Minty going up top for a second time. Frog splash by Minty. 5-star frog splash by MintyClovers. Shoulders up. Gator roll Minty. Taking it to Ty. Gets Ty up against the ropes. You know, everyone knows where this goes. Off the rope. Clover cutter. Clover cutter to put away Tyranno. Maximum no. Kick out of 2. And even Minty is shocked as they both get back onto their feet. Minty sends Ty to the corner. Tossing Ty across the ring. Launching him. And now working over the arm. Minty maybe looking for another clover cutter. Ty, understanding the danger, does not want that. Butterfly suplex. Ty with the clothesline, trying to pick up some speed. Minty kip up, right into the extinction bomb from Ty! Rolls Minty over, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, and Tyranno Maximum moving to the winner's bracket. I would argue another upset victory for Tyranno Maximum, the second former Idol Division champion they beat this month. And Minty will be moving on to the loser's bracket. Tyranno Maximum with an insane comeback there. As we will see you guys next week to see who will be the #1 contenders for both Rize and FlairZero's Idol and Icon Division Championships. I was Masu Pro Wrestlington. We will see you guys next week.